You're in the kitchen thinking, I need to grab the scissors from the office. You walk across the hall, step into the office, and suddenly your mind is completely blank. The scissors? The office? What was I even doing here? Sound familiar? It's a moment we've all experienced countless times. A fleeting amnesia that can be both frustrating and slightly unsettling. For a second, you might even wonder if your memory is failing. But what if this isn't a glitch, but actually a natural and surprisingly useful function of your brain? This common phenomenon has a name: the doorway effect. And it's one of the clearest examples of how our brains manage the constant flood of information by segmenting our experiences. Our minds are constantly creating what cognitive scientists call event boundaries. Think of your life as a continuous movie. Your brain, the ultimate editor, naturally cuts it into discrete scenes. When you finish one task and move to another, or even just walk through a doorway, that's your brain creating a cut. These event boundaries act like mental resets. When you cross a threshold, whether it's a physical doorway or just a significant change in activity, your brain automatically files away the information associated with the previous environment or task. It's an efficient strategy to keep your working memory from becoming overloaded. Working memory, after all, is a very limited resource, holding only a handful of pieces of information at any given time. The intention to grab scissors was firmly rooted in the kitchen context. Your brain associated that goal with the visual and spatial cues of the kitchen. But the moment you stepped into the office, those cues changed. Your brain, in its effort to prepare for a new environment and potential new tasks, effectively clears the mental slate. The previous context and the memory tied to it gets pushed into the background, making it harder to retrieve instantly. Why would our brains do this? Because in most situations, it's incredibly helpful. Imagine if every thought, every detail from every room you'd ever been in lingered in your immediate working memory. It would be an overwhelming chaos of irrelevant information. The doorway effect helps us focus on the here and now, preventing cognitive clutter and allowing us to adapt quickly to new surroundings. It's a feature, not a bug, designed for efficiency. This is why the effect is often stronger in familiar places like your own home. Your brain is on autopilot, processing these transitions with minimal conscious effort. You're not actively thinking about entering a new space. You just do it. So the next time you find yourself standing blankly in a room, what can you do? A simple trick is to pause for a moment before crossing the threshold, consciously verbalize your intention, or simply repeat it to yourself. This act of deliberate attention can help anchor the memory more firmly, making it less likely to be swept away by the brain's internal event boundary system. It's about giving your brain a little help to carry the information across the cut. Ultimately, forgetting why you entered a room isn't a sign of a failing memory. It's just your brain doing its job, tidying up and preparing you for what's next. It's a fundamental part of how we manage our cognitive world. What other everyday brain quirks do you think are actually clever cognitive shortcuts?